Yeah, man, this world is mad, isn't it? It's a crazy, crazy world. It reminds me of that comedy, that Idiocracy. I don't know if you've ever seen it, where something happens. This guy, I forget if he goes in some sort of time warp or whatever, but he ends up how many centuries into the future. And everyone's daft as a brush in the future, like that, really thick, beyond compare. And he sorts out their their crop problem because instead of putting water on the plants, they're putting Gatorade on there. You must have seen it. But this is what this world reminds me of. It reminds me of that. In some aspects, it's worse. But I say that to say this, man. I mean, I'm making up every day to a new madness. So, the UN that this resolution, didn't they, the other day, basically saying, look, put your hands up, right? If you think that the transatlantic slave trade was the maddest thing of all time to be perpetrated on a people, you know. And surprise, surprise, 3 countries voted against it. Come up with all sorts of excuses. Oh, we don't vote to levels of intensity of of injustice or whatever. But yeah, America, Israel, and Argentina. Are you surprised? Come on, mate. America. Have you seen some of them slave codes that they wrote into legislator? Like, say, if you run off from your kidnapper, you know, you get your hand chopped off or something like that, into law. You're not allowed to run away from a madman. Come on, mate. They wrote out the laws. Are you surprised? When people getting hosed down in the 1960s, just because they wanted to take a dump in the same toilets as the other people and having dogs and that set upon you. These people said no, and you're surprised. Argentina, look what they've done to the black people in that country. Israel. I don't need to say anything else regarding the slave trade. You can look that up for yourself. What's the book called now? The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. There's 3 volumes. I've got 2 of them. I need to get the 3rd one. It's all there in black and white. I don't need to mention what's happening presently over there with the people in Gaza. What an atrocity that is. But you're surprised these 3 countries said nah. Well, at least they were gangster about it. I was like, nah. You know, at least they were honest. Because to be fair, these people, them countries, they can't fork out reparations. They'll be flat broke. That's another reason why they said no. Because they're like, nah, we're having none of that. You know what I mean? Not even a whiff of that, you can forget it. But 2 twos, the slave masters got compensation, which we were all paying with our tax money all the way up until a few years ago. The slave masters and the children of the slave masters were getting payments because of loss of earnings. You can't make that up, can you? So, you know, people are surprised as oh my God, America voted against it, and Israel and Argentina. You can't be surprised, mate. You obviously haven't read history then. Obviously, if you're surprised with that. And then, I think there's about 52 countries that didn't put a vote in, you know, hanging underneath the radar. You know what I mean? Because they obviously don't want to be seen as the bad guys in all of this, but they don't want to be forking out any reparations either by the looks of things. But yeah, don't be surprised at that, man. Come on. I looked at it and I was like, I just shrugged my shoulders. Aren't black people getting shot down in America like it's hunting season? By the police over there. Our lives are still worthless over there. That's why I'm always in two minds whether to even bother visiting that country. Black people are treated atrociously. It's like, you're surprised. With the history of that country right there, especially America, concerning black people. You had a war over it, for God's sake. No, I don't want to let them slaves go. You know what I mean? I'll fight you for it. What? Yeah. That's not a surprise to me, mate. It's not a surprise.